Doreen Virtue is one of those people that was a staple in the New Age movement. She had countless oracle decks. She had a partnership with Hay House. She was literally synonymous with the word the New Age movement. Everybody in the New Age movement knew about Doreen Virtue in some capacity. Whether you just see her name on an oracle deck or a book or something, she was a staple in it, and especially around 2016, 2015. Now, from my experience, most occultists that I encounter don't really respect Doreen Virtue. Like, never really did. She was too woo-woo, she was too new agey, and I feel like internally we all have an intuitive feeling about, and this is, me and most other psychics or occultists, we all had an intuitive feeling that the New Age movement is more of a false light, Luciferian cult. And, I feel like with Doreen Virtue, she figured that out a little too late. So here's my theory as to what happened with Doreen Virtue. And this, for a lot of people, this is going to turn you guys off. The difference between angels of light and fallen angels is that there really isn't that big of a difference. And what I mean by that, and guys, I have had encounters with angelic beings from the time of infancy. I have memories from like when I was less than a year old. I have been getting messages from Archangel Michael, who is the angel that basically put me here. He was the bridge between, I guess what you would call the afterlife or heaven, and coming into the world before I was even born. And I still remember those. I still have those memories, and I still remember the 5 people that were ahead of me. Okay? Those other 5 people that were ahead of me, they're light workers and angelic beings as well. But anyways, enough about me. So, the difference between fallen angels and angels of light is that the difference is not that crazy, okay? I'm going to give you an example of this, and of why angelic beings of light and fallen angels are not necessarily that different, and why, in my opinion, this is going to turn people off, they are needed for this world to have balance. I don't work with fallen angels, I don't work with demons, I don't work with extraterrestrials, I just don't. I don't have a need to, and there's no amount of money anybody could ever pay me to do that, because it's just not I don't have that in me. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to work with angels of light. That is the messages I've always gotten, and I just don't work with angels that are dark. However, if you look at the 7 Archangel seal, and I'm going to give you a story about the 7 Archangel seal, I had purchased that because a mentor of mine told me to get it. I had it in my car for years, guys, and I never got into an accident. I've never gotten a ticket. I've done a bunch of illegal shit. I'm not a good driver. I've never experienced anything with the law. And like before that, like I got arrested at 16. So I did not have good luck with, police officers and shit like that. Once, I think a year after I took it out of my car, points on my license, I get a speeding ticket. I mean, when you live in New York City, you get a speeding ticket all the time anyway. But I mean, I would get a speeding ticket every other month. And that also could be because now they have freaking cameras everywhere, but whatever. Once I figured out that the angels in that seal were not angels of 100% light, I got rid of the seal. I buried it, and actually now thinking about it, I buried it in this guy's garden who actually went fucking crazy. You know what? I think he did go crazy before that though. Yeah, he definitely went crazy before that. He was in and out of rehab before that, so it was not my fault. The point of this video is that I have just seen too much shit, and and remember guys, I see soul forms, I see the true spirits that are guiding these people in our 3D reality. What I think happened to Doreen Virtue is that she was in contact with angelic beings. She was also in contact with other beings because she thought that since she protected herself in this big bubble of light, that nothing else was going to get through. And that is the biggest lie. It is the biggest scam. You need actual protection on you before you jump into this world. And putting yourself in a bubble of light is not real protection. I'm sorry. Anything that is stronger than a ghost, that has some real power behind it, is going to be able to get through that. So, I think she was uneducated on how to protect herself. I think she was just taking in any message that came through. And I think that's how she had, because I've seen her pictures. I've seen her pictures, and this was going on for years, where she was literally possessed by a very dark entity, and eventually she went crazy, and she is now a Christian fundamentalist. She's actually a really nice person. I've spoken to her back in 2017, I think, when she first got away from the New Age movement. But she definitely went crazy because she was letting in any message. She was not protecting herself thoroughly enough, and she was way too open. And this is why I tell people, when I do veil openers for people, I do so much protection on them. I do so many hex removers. I do entity removals on them, because doing a veil opener for somebody can change their life. And if I'm going to change somebody's life, it's going to be in a positive manner. I'm not going to set them up for failure. I didn't have anybody tell me how to do this stuff when I got started. But when people come to me, I'm obviously going to set them up to not have to deal with any of the bullshit that I had to deal with for years before I figured out the true formula into opening the veil in a safe manner. And I think that's what happened to Doreen. I think she was not protected thoroughly enough. She was letting any message in. These spirits were disguising themselves as angelic beings of light. And before anybody says anything, I think she was talking to real angelic beings of light, but I think that there were other spirits that were coming through that were pretending to be angelic beings of light. With that being said, she was too much of an open vessel. She got possessed, she went crazy, and now she renounced all of it. And that's what I think happened. She has amazing work out there, guys. Amazing work. I never touched her work because I knew she was possessed for 6 years. But she does have really powerful messages. And most people I see that work with celestial angelic magic, even the people that are staples in angelic magic, they're possessed by demons. That's nothing new. I see possessions by demons also with people in the Christian church. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you want to hear more about this topic? And what questions do you have about angels and fallen angels? Alright guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.